guys, this is Frankie, Dr. Howard with Frankie, and welcome back to the Advent Calendar. Today I'm going to be putting together a Squishamallows Perler kit, and the cutie that we're working on today is called Hans. It also comes with a little description, so each little cutie has their own little description and name. So I'm going to read Hans for you now. It says, Hans has seen every movie ever and loves to eat pudding, especially with sprinkles. Actually, when it comes to food, he's willing to try whatever someone puts on his plate. Probably because he is so open to change and adventure. To me, it sounds like he just likes good food, and he doesn't have a preference. Maybe the pudding, maybe it depends upon what kind of pudding, right? Because if it's like a custardy kind of pudding, I would be in Hans' corner. But if it's just kind of like regular instant pudding, it could be, unless it's like banana pudding. And I mean like, not the artificial stuff. I mean like, we've got the wafers, we've got the bananas, we've got the cream. Like, now that sounds good. And I'm not against instant pudding, but I feel like you need to use it as a vehicle to get you somewhere else, right? Like, we gotta add at least whipped cream, some nuts, something to it. I found a recipe that I put together, and it uses like evaporated milk, and it's like very sweet. So what I like to do is, instead of putting, and I know it doesn't become banana pudding after this, but instead of putting bananas with it, because bananas are already sweet on their own, I like to put like tart blueberries and raspberries and stuff like that with it, so that when you eat it, it kind of offsets the sweetness. But that I can get down. If Hans is like, I love me a good pudding of that nature, I could be down with it. But if it's just kind of, you know what? Okay, Hans. All right, I see you, Hans. I see you. And there was one pudding as a child I did not like at all, but I find myself liking as an adult. And that is tapioca pudding. I think you gotta find the right brand, but I found this one brand of tapioca pudding, and I actually like it. So maybe Hans is on something. Since Hans is a foodie, right? Because he likes anything people put on his plate. So maybe Hans is like a food critic, right? He goes around testing what's the best pudding, who has the best pudding, what's the best brands. Maybe he coming out with his own pudding that's like limited edition. I mean, maybe Hans is getting himself some merch, maybe some brand deals. I don't know. Maybe, the sky's the limit, right? Hans could go far, right? Not just a cutie and in a brand, but maybe he's on his computer writing blogs about, where all the best places to go are. And thanks to Hans, we have found an appreciation for things that maybe we didn't think too much about, right? And what also would be fun is if Hans is a guest judge on one of those cooking baking holiday shows, and each contestant gets a pack of instant pudding, and they have to transform it in some kind of way so that it could be like one of Hans' delights. And he gets to judge, on the puddings people create. I think that would be a fun idea, And plus, since Hans is a pudding connoisseur and enthusiast, I feel like he'd probably rate everyone's high. And not only that, this dude has seen every movie ever. So basically, he's a movie buff, right? I mean, wouldn't you want him on your team if they had trivia night and the category was about movies? I mean, come on. And then you could also discuss and talk. I mean, if you've seen it, you're not going to spoil it, so then you have someone to chat with? Oh, come on, yeah. Hans is cool, okay? And then again, right, if Hans is already writing a blog for food, he could write a blog for movies, right? It would be like Hans's picks, and it would be like, what was the best movie of the year, or what best movie of the month, or what you should go see, what you should, maybe something you should maybe not go see. I mean, if we trust Hans with our food, maybe we trust Hans with our movies too, right? I don't know. Now Hans is actually starting to look like Hans, right? I realized I used the wrong color for this, so I'm replacing it, and the way I realized it was this color that I'm removing was placed somewhere else in the design.
Hey. Hot, hot, hot.